It can trick your ears, and the kick sounds even more fat. You can use this kind of technique for any kind of electronic dance music. So, hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today we are gonna make some big room techno kicks. I just imported 3 kicks to show you how I would layer them and process them to get a really fat big room techno kick. So we have this kick, this one, and this one. And I think that this kick right here is good for the bottom. So what I do is I'm using an equalizer. I'm using the FabFilter Pro. What I'm doing right now is a high cut to get rid of the high frequencies, so I only get the bass frequencies. So right now there's only the bass left, and what I'm doing now is I'm looking for a top layer. Probably gonna take this one because it already sounds a little bit distorted. On this we use a low cut, so we cut all the frequencies out that are not necessary. Okay, this already sounds cool. So this is the top layer. This is like the bottom of the kick, and together it sounds like this. What we can do now is that we can add some distortion on the top layer of the kick to shape the tone of the kick. So if we boost it up, as you can hear, it sounds more kind of dirty. We use it gentle. We don't want to totally distort the top. So what we do now next is that we route these 2 kicks into one group together, to put a compressor on it to glue them more together. So let's do it. This is group 1 and this is also group 1. And now we can affect both kicks on the group channel. So I'm using the glue now to compress a little bit the kick and glue it more together. I'm using a very slow attack on kicks to really get the transients through. So let's use not a so high ratio. Let's use it to ratio, and a slow attack, and we put release like this. Let's compress it a bit more. Okay, this is without, this is with, as you can hear, a bit more punchy. What else we can do is we can use a envelope shaper to shape the transients of the kick. So if we now if we increase the attack, you can really hear that the transient is really getting more punchy, but we want to be gentle. In this case it also depends on your mix, but let's just play around with the settings. We can also decrease the attack, have a kick that is more round and don't sound that punchy. think this is cool, like this. What we can also do is we can increase or decrease the release. And what happens is that if we increase the release, the kick gets more bass. I think this is good. So now what we can do next is we can put another EQ on the group channel of the kicks, and we can look for some frequencies we don't like. For example, this one, I don't like it that much, so let's decrease that. Let's hear the kick now without effects. This is with, and we still have another kick here left that we might can use for another layer. So let's try another thing. We have this kick. What I'm going to do now is I'm using another equalizer. I'm going to cut all the low frequencies and I cut some high frequencies, so I only have the midsection of the kick. And not bad. Let's try some distortion on the third kick layer. Oh, now something happens. As you can hear, the kick gets another character, another tone. What we also can do is route this third kick to the group channel. I think that this is already a cool kick. Let's try to play it in a loop and add a bass line to it, and let's increase the BPM. Let's make it a little bit faster. Let's make 140. Come on, we make it a bit faster. All right, let's search for bass. What I really like is the silent, because I like the Moog sounds in it. For me personal, it's useful. Here is it. Oh. All right, let's decrease a little bit the release. Here. All right. I think this is good. So let's make a rolling bass line, something like this. All right. What I want now is to shape a bit the cutoff envelope of the bass. Yeah, like this. And now let's sidechain the bass line. I'm using here the old school way. There are different plugins you can use that are useful to make or to give you the sidechain effect, but in this case, or for me personal, I'm just using the old school way with a compressor to trigger the signal with the kick here. So every time the kick hits or plays, it triggers the bass line away. What else you can do is I show you another thing. For example, we have the third kick layer. What we can do now is we add a little bit of reverb. Why using reverb on the kick or on the kick layer is because you can trick your ears, and if you put a little bit of reverb with a short decay on the kick, it can trick your ears and the kick sounds even more fat. Now all together. So I hope you learned something. You can use this kind of technique for any kind of electronic music, electronic dance music. I hope you learned something, guys. If you have any questions, just write it down in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.